Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Good morning. 24th of November 2025, 8 a.m. and we are live. The markets look like they're going to bounce back. At least the futures are looking pretty green. We all have seen in the past that whenever the market goes up, it doesn't go up in a straight line. It has a few days when it gives up some gains and then picks up. Likewise, on the way down, the markets sometimes bounce up a little bit and then come back. So we have seen that already in the past. If you look at the recent bear channel that we are in, you would see that on the 10th of November, we had 3 days of gains. The first day was really big, the second day was smaller, and the third was even smaller. And then we had a huge red candle that took away all the gains from those 3 days and brought it back to where it was before. So those kind of movements could continue to happen for S&P 500 as well as NASDAQ as we proceed into this bear market. Now, one of the big points of support which I thought will help us was this parallel channel. The top of the parallel channel, it seems to have helped us because yesterday we did not confirm below it, and we in fact closed above the parallel channel. So that's a very big positive. However, today again we have that risk, and this red line out here is actually a neckline for what I suspect to be a head and shoulder pattern, which is bearish. So if that head and shoulder pattern gets triggered, then we are looking at S&P futures to be close to 6,223. That's the level at which I am looking at it. And as you can see, market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is also below average. So pre-market exuberance, I want to see it matched with the same exuberance after open. So I suspect that around 10:30 we'll get a real feel of which direction the market is moving in. Next, let us look at NASDAQ. We have a neckline out here for NASDAQ, the head and shoulder pattern. We momentarily went below, but we bounced back up again this morning. And we have to see where we go from here. If we stay below the neckline, I think my target is 22,754. Hi, Hot Dog. Thanks for joining. Good morning. Oh, sorry. Good evening to you. So I'm still looking at the target of 22,754.25. Now, I would like to underpin all of this by saying that the VIX is still above 20. That's still considered volatile in my opinion. But the VIX is a little bit comfortable this morning, and I'm thinking that the market has got a very fickle memory because of the Epstein news cycle. I think we are not talking much about the tariff, we are not talking much about the inflation, and the fact that BLS is not going to release data for October, employment data for October. All of those things put together, I think there is a little bit of amnesia in the market, and that's what contributes to this little bit of a bounce back. But overall, nothing much has changed. We still have the trade war with China. There is no resolution out there. Russia-Ukraine war continues, and the Middle East conflict also continues. The China trade war also continues. The nations are realigning themselves. They are realigning to recover the lost market that they lost in US because of the tariffs. And all those realignments are creating prosperity outside of the US. And we also have the situation in the US where their ACA insurance premiums are going to go up significantly. When I say significantly, I'm talking about very huge growth in the premiums. And that could take away money from the consumer from all the other consumption expenditure if they choose to stick by paying to the premiums. And if they decide not to pay the premiums, then you're going to have a drop in productivity because of sick days and so on. So it's not a pretty scene out there in the US. The political uncertainty is also pretty high with the current presidency getting into a lame duck kind of a situation. So I'm thinking that the jump that we are seeing is momentary. So we have to be very careful as retail investors to be aware of potential bull traps. And that's what I would say. Now, if you look at gold, it is continuing to move upwards. I think that if I was to look at, let me just draw another line out here, okay? let me draw another line which could kind of capture a whole lot of touch points. So let me, okay, how do I make this much clearer? I'll just recalibrate the chart. This is looking much messy. I'm going to take out some of these lines temporarily so that you can see the new line that I incorporated. So this is a new line that I put in place. I'm just adjusting this so that you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 touch points. So any further touch points to the bottom has a much bigger chance of breaking down rather than breaking upwards. So that's the point that I wanted to make. And I'm going to reintroduce my original pennant and remove the temporary line that I have drawn out there. So I'm thinking that there is a reasonable chance that gold might break out on the downside, given that it has not yet broken out on the upside, which is what it has to do with all the bullish pennants. And even if it breaks out on the upside, it has got this parallel channel which it has to overcome. So I'm not saying that gold is going to drop. I'm just saying that there is a little extra possibility, I think, that I did not account for in the past, that gold may drop down before going up further. Earlier, my contention was that we will stay within this bullish pennant and break out on the upside. That is the best probability that we see. But what I am saying right now is that there's a line inside this pennant which has been acting as a support, which has been touched up multiple times, and therefore if we come down below that, we are likely to break down further. That's the only refinement I'm making. Overall, the long-term bullishness of gold is still in the books, and I'm still long on gold. I have gold in my portfolio. If we fall down and touch the bottom of this pennant, I'm definitely buying some gold to dollar cost average. Put call ratio, I would say, is bullish to neutral, mildly bullish to neutral. And let's go on and have a look at AI, and let's keep the show going faster. Let's keep rolling, as they say. NVDA is up 0.71% in pre-market trades, and right now it's at 180.13. So we still continue to have resistance at 183.41, and we have this minor line of support which is at 179.77. That's going to provide support for us today. So NVIDIA will move within this range. We have a dominant head and shoulder pattern which we are looking at, and I would be very keen to see if we will stay below the neckline, which is this yellow line out here. If we stay below the neckline, then the next support is going to be 173.62. So the chances for NVIDIA to give up whatever gains we see pre-market is pretty high in my opinion. Meta is up 0.92%, but it's forming some kind of a consolidation. So I'd like to watch what happens out here. Meta has given up significant gains so far. Let me just tell you how much it has lost. It has lost around 25%. So I would be in favor of a consolidation pattern forming out here to form the basis for creating a bull channel going forward. So I'd like to watch a few more of these candles. And I think today's candle could end up being a red candle with a support somewhere around 588.68. Let's look at Google. Google is up 3.87%. I think Google is a very strong stock, and it will definitely meet our target of 309.32. And I would look forward to new patterns forming out here. Overall, the market is also positive about Google. So that's what I'm looking forward to in Google. Potentially a red candle today, but we'll be forming new patterns. Next, let's look at Amazon. Amazon is up 0.98% in pre-market trades. It's going to get resistance at around 222.89. Right now we are at 222.85. Assuming that we break above this, remember this is a confirmed resistance. So when we approach this line, we are likely to be pushed back down. Look at the market situation. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is also below average. So I'm thinking that we are going to close below this line today. Maybe we'll form a red candle. Next we got to Apple, which is up 0.26% in pre-market trades. It's going to get a support at 267.16, and let me mark this green. That's going to be the line of support, and we are potentially looking at a red candle today. Microsoft is up 0.59%. Microsoft is trying to dig itself out from a hole. I'm going to mark other areas of resistance as well. We have resistance out here. I'm marking this as red, 486.19. This diagonal line of resistance, which is a dynamic line of resistance, is still there. So for us today, the resistance, the initial resistance, I would say, is going to be 478.43, and the support is going to be 473.06. That's the range for Microsoft. Again, I'm looking at a red candle for Microsoft today. Tesla is up 2.18%. Tesla will form a red candle. It is going to get a support at 390.93, and it will get strong resistance at 411.54 because that's a proven resistance. We are marching towards 351.22, which is the double top target, and I stick by that. Next, let's look at Oracle. Oracle is up 0.30% in pre-market trades. It's going to get support at 195.97. Right now it's at 199.41. It will definitely get a resistance at 207.84. AMD is up 1.33% in pre-market trades. It will get support at 203.60. Right now it's at 206.50. And ultimate support is at 182.06. It needs to do a gap fill out here. So I'm thinking we're going to get a red candle today for AMD. SMCI is up 1.80% in pre-market trades. It will get support at 30.97. SMCI has given a whole lot of value. Now, if you look at where we came from, we have given up close to 44%. So I'm going to look at some kind of consolidation happening between a support of 31.02 and a resistance of 34.05 for SMCI. Broadcom is up 1.66% in pre-market trades, and when I look at Broadcom, I would say that this diagonal line of support out here will provide good support at 342.38 for today, and we are going to have a resistance somewhere around 362.45. Let me mark that red. We have a huge red candle out here. We are still below it. We have not even recovered from that. So the chart is definitely looking very weak. I would expect some kind of a consolidation trying to take the support of this diagonal line of support. For today, it's at around 342.55. So I would look forward to some kind of consolidation pattern out here to see where we are going in the future. Palantir is up 1.23% in pre-market trades. It's going to get a resistance at 160.61. Right now, pre-market, it's at 156.75. And let us look at SMH. SMH is up 0.93%. It has got a lot of resistance, which we have not yet marked. The first resistance is at 344.95. Another resistance, which is the immediate resistance, is at 334.37. I'm marking it red. And we have some support, and that support is going to be, I would say, somewhere around 313.41. Let me put this line of support out here. This is the next support that we would get. That's a gap up, and that's the first support that I can see. Tempus AI is up 1.41%. It's trying to consolidate itself. I expect a red candle for today because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is below average. And we still have a target that we need to meet of 59.06. Again, I come to the same point that Tempus AI has lost somewhere around 32.12%, and that's a huge drop. But at the same time, we have this head and shoulder pattern, which is saying that we are going to go closer to 59.08. So I'd like to look at this pattern that is forming here, this consolidation pattern, and see if we form this as a base and try to move upward, in which case our target for head and shoulder will be unvalidated. Right now, I do not see a bullish candle pattern out here, so I want to watch a few more candlesticks forming. And today, I would hazard a guess that we would get a red candle out here. Then let's go on and have a look at Genomics. We have Prime. Prime is up 1.93% in pre-market trades, and we have to see if we can confirm this line of support at 3.62. It's a dynamic line of support. I'm going to keep it green at this point of time. We are above that right now at 3.70. This support is at 3.62 for today, and our resistance is going to be 3.86. Intelia is up 1.22% in pre-market trades. There's a huge gap down happening. Market sentiment is also bearish. MACD is almost ready to cross over to the bullish side. Momentum is just entering the 30% range. RSI is in the 30% range. Things are looking a bit weak, but we are attempting to form some kind of a base out here on which we could form some bullishness. I don't see bullishness right now, so I'd like to see more candles come up here. We have some amount of consolidation. Consolidation is good, and that can be the basis for forming a bullish recovery. So let's go on to Caribou Biosciences, which is flat in pre-market trades. It will get a resistance at 1.84, and we have Beam Therapeutics, which is up 1.08%, trying to create some kind of a consolidation. I'm looking forward to a red candle out here, which could potentially mean that we may gain about 20.51. We may potentially even gain about 21.47, but nevertheless, the candle is likely to be red when we close the day. Now let's look at Altimmune, which is up 0.62% in pre-market trades, and Altimmune will have a whole lot of support somewhere around 4.46 and then at 4.40, and right now we are looking at a resistance at around 4.85 for Altimmune. Market sentiment is bullish, MACD is bullish, and it's gently going upwards. There's plenty of room on the RSI, potentially a red candle, but nevertheless forming a bullish pattern going forward. Editas has got no trades pre-market, and I would say that I'd like to look forward to more candles. Right now it looks like a bear flag which has broken down. So looking at market sentiment, which is bearish, MACD, which is also bearish, and momentum, which is way below average, I would say that let us hope for some kind of a consolidation here, but the chances of it going down further is higher than the chances of it going up. Illumina is up 0.53% in pre-market trades. It has broken out of the bull flag that it was creating. There is a gap up, which is an irregular pricing, which is a magnet that it's attracting downwards. But we have to see if we can confirm this line of support, which is the top of the bull channel, bull flag, and for that we have to close above 123.82 today. If we manage to do that, then I think we are then targeting a resistance of around 125.23. So let's hope for that. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 1.55% in pre-market trades, resistance at 53.19 and support at 48.51. Given the fact that all the indicators are bearish, I would say we would form a red candle today with potentially a support at 50.18. Allogene is flat in pre-market trades. It has got a resistance at 1.27, which also happens to be a neckline for this reverse head and shoulder with a target which is at 1.50. So let us see what happens today. And then we go to Grail. Grail is up 2.61% in pre-market trades. So we have a potential of creating this line of support and confirming it if we close above 93.69 today. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So even if it's a red candle, as long as it closes about 93.45, I'm happy with that. PSCB is down 4.50% after a humongous gain. That is but expected. But at the end of the day, I'm looking for new patterns forming out here to create a bullish pennant or something like that, so that I can hope for us to break out on the upside, or else we have a resistance out here. This is the resistance that we are looking at for today. That's going to be at 2.20. That resistance could potentially create a bullish pennant for us, and we could aim to break out from there if we have a bunch of consolidation under that resistance. So a lot of possibilities. Let us see what happens, because market sentiment is improving, tending towards neutral. MACD is ready to cross over to the bullish side. Momentum is also pretty strong. So PSCB still has got it. ARCG is up 0.96% in pre-market trades. It has got tremendous support at 27.13 and some amount of support at 29.03. Let us see what it does. Vertex is up 0.01% in pre-market trades. It will definitely get a lot of support at 420.81 and then some at 414.23. Market sentiment is still bullish. MACD is bearish, but momentum is above average. So I think a consolidation out here is in order, and let's see how it goes. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 1.71%. It is trying to recover. It's creating some consolidation out here. I'll give it the benefit of doubt and hope for a red candle today, which still closes above 7.87. And then let's go to Precision. Precision is flat in pre-market trades. I hope and pray that it stays above 3.64. And Eli Lilly is up 1.57% as of the closing of Friday, but this morning it's down 0.85%. I would allow for some amount of consolidation out here, but still Eli Lilly looks pretty strong. And then I would like to go and talk about Ultragenics. I'm making a video for Ultragenics. I'm going to deliver it today before the end of the day. I am still very bullish on Ultragenics. I still hold Ultragenics. Of course, it's at a loss in my portfolio, but I'm thinking that it should do well, and I'll elaborate my reasons in the video that I release later on today. Right now, I would say that we have support at this diagonal line of support, and it's going to be at 33.02. And if we manage to close above 33.59 today, then I would say that we have confirmed this diagonal line of support, and that can be a base for us to build up and move upwards. So that's what I'm thinking, my friends. And with that, I'd like to go and have a look at currencies. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin USD is trying to recover. It's mirroring the index, but I think a lot of liquidity is coming out of the sale of Bitcoin, and also those people who had been holding Bitcoin for a long time, if they see that their holdings are going into negative, there are two courses of action they could do. If they are a believer, they would do the dollar cost averaging, which would be a support for Bitcoin. But if they think that let's cut our losses, or if they have margin calls on the equity side, then they would probably sell this and try to cover their margins. So those are the two forces that are acting on Bitcoin. And I'm thinking it's more of a liquidity issue, and liquidity is coming from selling Bitcoin. Now let's go to Ethereum. Same story. It's trying to recover a little bit, but it will get a resistance at 2,989.20. I'm going to mark that as a resistance. It will definitely get support today at 2,676.30. Again, XRP USD is something that I would like to see. We have a lot of resistance for XRP USD, so I won't be too enthusiastic at this point of time unless I see us breaking out of this. We have definitely moved into the diagonal line of support of this parallel channel, but I would like us to confirm above this. And if the candle today closes above 2.047, then I would say that we have confirmed into this parallel channel. So 2.047 is my lower limit for today, and if we close within that, and if this remains a candle inside this parallel channel, we would have confirmed, and that will be the first positive news for us. And of course, the biggest challenge remains above here at 2.11 and 2.14. We have to break through above that. Overall, the market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is also below average, so nothing much to be gained out there. So friends, that brings me to the end of this analysis. There is a quiet rumor, Hot Dog is saying, there's a quiet rumor that CRISPR is being targeted for a buyout, possibly Vertex. I didn't know about that, Hot Dog, so I'm going to check it out and maybe a video on that. Can you please also send me any other information you have or any links that you have? You could do that either here on YouTube, or you could send me an email or put it on our Substack, and I can pick it up from there. Thanks for the heads up. And guys, if you have any other feedback that you have that you can give me, I would be very happy with that. And I'll try to bring you videos on that and give my 2 cents on it. All the best and have a great day, guys. Bye for now.